Hey guys, and welcome to Snowbreak Containment Zone. So I made a couple of optimizations in terms of all of the files related to Snowbreak, and this is the file moving forward that I'll be sharing with you guys. It is a comprehensive file. I'm gonna be starting with, if you're a beginner, okay, before I go to the tier list, okay, this is the definition of terms. You might want to take a look at this. Boss weakness. These are just numbers that you might want to look at. Elemental resistance guide. If you're not familiar with elemental resistance for the game, then take a look at this as well. Manifestation farming. How much do you get? Up to, this is free to play, by the way. This is the farming guide for free to play. And we do have the banner history. This is updated as of the current banner, which is Test Fantasia. So those are the other tabs that I've included in this all-in-one tier list. Not all-in-one tier list, but all-in-one guide. So it's a Snowbreak comprehensive guide sheet. And we'll start with the tier list. More or less, it's actually the same, but let's emphasize our tier list on Tess here. Tess Fantasia. So you guys might be shocked. I actually put her in tier 0.5. So hear me out. Okay, she's very versatile, but she's limited typically to ballistic DPS support. Increases all type damage, grants aptitude frost damage. So for those who don't know what is aptitude frost damage, if for example if she's paired with Katya Rhapsody, she adds additional frost damage. So 2 frost damage because Katya has her own frost damage, then she adds on to it. If you're going to be using her on Life Infinite Sight, Life Infinite Sight has kinetic damage. Plus, she gives her frost damage. So that is her role basically with all the DPS ballistic damage dealers or primary operatives that you have. Plus, she has full squad ballistic damage DPS. Okay, full squad ballistic damage. Okay, sorry. This does not include the buffs that she gets or that she gives to her, to her team through the guns. It's not included here. So all of the buffs here are strictly a part of her kit only. It doesn't, it's not with the gun. So guns have different, buffs added to a team or to an operative. So I'm leaving that out depending on what type of gun do you have. So hear me out again here. For Test Fantasia, if you saw my video on her build, this is the video that I mentioned. I mentioned there that there is her minimum optimal is actually at M1. Okay? The reason why is M2, 3, and 4 are for her personal buffs. She doesn't buff other operatives with those 3 passives. So M2, M3, and M4. So that is why I'm ranking her below Fenny Starshine, because her improvement is only at, if you call her a support, her support passives are at M1 and at M5. Those are the only 2. So if I might say she is a very high investment character, unless if you want to stick with M1, which is actually okay. But her M5 is also very good. So the gap in between, if you're not going to be using her as a primary character or a primary operative or on-field operative, you will not be able to use M2, 3, and 4. So that is the difference between her and Fenny Starshine. Plus, if you compare her and Fenny Starshine, the additional bullet capacity is very, very nice for Fenny Starshine. Not only does she do a increased full squad damage for Fenny Starshine for ballistic, but the additional ammo capacity is very, very good. So if you compare their kit, Fenny Starshine's what do you call this? Her manifestations are purely more for support. Passive for support for the operative on the field, while Test Fantasia She only has 2 out of 5 in which it's going to be at M1 and at M5. So again, if you like Tess, she's going to be a very high investment. I might take her up to M5 eventually after I take Fenny Starshine to M5. I already have Fenny Starshine at M4. But again, she's a high investment character, and her other passives are locked behind copies of her. So that is why she's at tier 0.5. Plus, let's go to the team building chart here. I already finished this. So for those who are curious in team building who don't have who haven't seen my previous video on this file here. So these are, you have to match all the supports are aligned on the left hand side, and who are the applicable on-field operative that they can work with. So we have Yao, Fenny, Enya Exuvia, Marian Riptide, Tess Magician, Mauxir Shadoka, and Tess Fantasia, plus the other supports that can be used as well, and the rarely used supports. But we'll focus on Tess Fantasia right now. Somebody asked me, when are you going to be updating the file for the support for, or the team building for Tess Fantasia? So this is it. So Tess can work well with Katia Rhapsody, of course, Life Infinite Sight. Almost all of the ballistic damage dealers or on-field operatives can use her as long as they're ballistic of DPS. The other one, the grants aptitude of frost damage, is actually going to be given to anyone she supports. So basically, she's an easy operative to use. My only concern going back to the tier list is that she is harder to scale compared to to Fenny Starshine. So that is why, again, she's at tier 0.5. But other than that, she's a nice support to have. If you don't have Fenny Starshine, Tess is definitely a good ballistic damage support, and she supports a lot of characters here. So that is it, guys. I hope the other tabs will help you in building your teams and understanding the game. I'll try to update the tabs if I do have some more files here that I think you should know. And moving forward, guys, the other lists, what they call this, that have been, where I got all of these information, are going to be deactivated. So this is the one and only file that you'll be needing for Snowbreak, in which I'll be updating as well. So this is your comprehensive all-in-one guide. So check this out, because again, you might have missed something while you're playing Snowbreak or while you're starting your account. Thank you, guys. Comment down in the comment section what do you think. Take care, stay safe. This is the Warden, and I'm out of here.